Today we will see how to find the rate of interest and the original sum. Here is the question. A certain sum amounts to rupees 5,292 in 2 years and rupees 5,556 and 60 paise in 3 years. Interest being compounded annually. So we have to find the rate of interest and the original sum. So let's go ahead and see how can we solve this problem. The first thing is we have to find the rate of interest, and let us see what is given in the question. Amount in 2 years is given, that is 5,292 rupees. Amount in 3 years is given, that is 5,556 and 60 paise. So what do we have to do now is we have to find the difference between the amounts of 2 successive years. So we will subtract the amount in 2 years from the amount in 3 years. That is what we'll do. So let us substitute the values to find the difference between the amounts of the 2 successive years. So after we have placed the values and when we have subtracted it, we will get the difference between the amounts of the 2 successive years as rupees 264 and 6 or 60 paise. 264 rupees and 60 paise is the difference between the amounts of 2 successive years. The next is this rupees 264 and 60 paise is the interest of 1 year on rupees 5,292. Okay, keep this in your mind. We'll be using the formula to find rate of interest, that is 100 into interest divided by principal into time. Principal in here is 5,292. So we will just replace the values in the formula of rate of interest. Right, the interest is 264.60, principal is 5,292, and time is 1 year. We'll solve it further. When we multiply 100 into 264.60, we get it as 26,460 divided by 5,292. And when we simplify it further, when we cancel it and divide it, we will get the rate of interest as 5%. So 5% is the rate of interest. Alright, so the rate is 5%. I will just write it here so that you don't forget it. We have found this rate. It's not given in the question. Okay, the next question is to find the original sum. We'll just assume the principal. Alright, so let the sum of money be rupees 100. And so the interest for first year will be, remember we found that 5%, so we'll use that 5%. So interest for first year will be 5% of the principal. Principal, we have taken it as 100. And so when you calculate it, 5% of 100 will be 5 rupees. So 5 rupees is the interest for first year, taking rupees 100 as the sum of money. Now we'll also have to find the amount in 1 year. You know the formula very well, principal plus interest. Principal is 100 here plus interest, that is 5. So we will add these two, 100 plus 5. It's a very simple addition, and you know that the amount in 1 year will be rupees 105. 105 rupees is the amount. Okay, now we will be finding for the second year. So principal for second year is the amount of the previous year, right? So the principal for second year is rupees 105. We'll be finding the interest for second year. That will be 5% of the principal. 5% of rupees 105. Okay, so when we solve this, 5% of rupees 105, that will be 5 by 100 into 105, we will get the interest for second year as 5 rupees and 25 paise. We'll have to find the amount now. Amount in 2 years, you know the formula very well, principal plus interest. I'm not writing the formula here, but I'm just adding principal plus interest. Principal here is 105 plus interest that we found for the second year, 5% of 105 is 5.25. Now when we add the principal and interest, we will get the amount in 2 years as rupees 110 and 25 paise. I hope you have got this. I hope you understood till here. So we have found the amount in 2 years as rupees 110.25. Now, when amount in 2 years is rupees 110.25, sum is how much? Rupees 100, right? When we took sum as rupees 100, we got the amount in 2 years is 110.25. Now we bring the principal in the from the question. When amount in 2 years is rupees 5292, that is, you look at the first solution where we find rate percent taking 5292 as principal and difference of successive years as interest. Okay, you can just go back and see the first solution. So this was the principal, and that's why when amount in 2 years is rupees 5292, sum will be how much, right? That's what we have to find. Very easy, just cross multiply, and when we cross multiply we will get it as 100 into 5292, 100 into, that means sum into the amount in 2 years, 100 into 5292 divided by amount in 2 years when we have taken sum as 100 rupees, right? So when you simplify it further, when you calculate it, you will get the answer as 4800 rupees. So what is this rupees 4800? Rupees 4800 is the sum, original sum. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Keep practicing and keep learning more. There is a homework for you. A certain sum amounts to rupees 10,584 in 2 years and rupees 11,113 and 20 paise in 3 years, interest being compounded annually. You have to find the same two things that we learned, the rate of interest and the original sum. I hope you can do it by yourself. Keep practicing. You can go back through the video and see again to understand it and do this homework.